Alabama won the toss. The Tide will receive as Alabama looks to get off to a good start in a game in which they are heavy favorites. No chance for a return for Alabama. And here we go with quarterback Jalen Hurts. Bennett's got 102 tackles coming in. And Conway has multiple double-digit tackle games. On 3rd and 3, Jalen Hurts will scramble for a first down. Interesting talking to Nick Saban about his quarterback. So we've got Bueller on the defensive line for Mercer and Mr. Hand on the defensive line for Alabama. Hurts over the middle. First pass attempt is hauled in by Calvin Ridley. They'll do everything receiver. Brought down by Harrison Poole. That is the 50th catch of the season for Ridley.
And a good pass envisioned by Hurts.
And out of the perimeter, it's back to Ridley again. And Ridley will turn it upfield and pick up the first down. It's really amazing the way they're able to move Calvin Ridley.
And that's why you'll see him inside, outside. They'll do everything from motioning him to bringing him across the formation to find the ball.
Back to Damian Harris. Tried to cut back. And he'll take a couple Bears with him. And carries that pile for a gain of 7. Easily at the bottom of that pile. Second and 3, Harris again. Hurts on play action, fires, caught, touchdown, Irv Smith, his 3rd of the season. And a little misdirection by Jalen Hurts. Alabama won the toss. They score on their opening drive. And now Mercer will have a chance. Chandler Curtis and Alex Lakes back to receive for the Bears. This is Curtis, the senior from Calhoun, Georgia. And makes it to the 20 and pass it. Curtis to the sideline and a positive return for Mercer. And great field position on a 39-yard return. To the sideline. Great separation made by Marquise Servin. And he's got a first down on Anthony Averett. Riley will hand it off. This is T. Mitchell. And Mitchell squirts through before he's brought down by Moses. What do you think the Alabama coaching staff and specifically D coordinator Jeremy Pruitt are looking for from Moses today? 3rd and short. Out of the gun, needing 1. Mitchell brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Dylan Moses. And a freshman in on another stop. Cole Fisher, junior from Walnut Grove, Georgia, out of Archer High School, on to attempt a 52-yarder. His long is 36. Does he have the leg? Oh, off the crossbar. Only lost to 3 teams total. Ole Miss twice, Ohio State and Clemson. Josh Jacobs gets a carry, his first touch of the day, and he's able to push off a 12-yard run. Taken down by Eric Jackson, the sophomore from McLean High School in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Had some significant carries and time in the second half last week. 2 back set already, and this is where he's dangerous, out of the backfield.
And Jacobs has another first down. Time to get back to the studio. Here's Peter Burns.
What's up, Tom Hart? How about a studio update?
2nd down and 10 for Alabama. And Hurts looking over the middle. Got all day. Lets it fly. Complete. This is Jacobs, and he's taken down inside the 5. Second catch for Jacobs out of the backfield. Here's Najee Harris, and he waltzes in for an Alabama touchdown. 3-yard run for Harris. 3rd of the season for the freshman. 3 picks on the season for Wallace. 2 against Ole Miss, including one of them returned for a score. Bunch formation for Mercer. Riley on the run, fires a bullet, good for a first down. That's Irvin, the junior out of Madison County High School up in Huntsville. It fits the MO of Bobby Lamb. For years and years he's done that. And a little bit of shifting here. They'll go wildcat out of this formation sometimes. Instead, Riley takes it. We'll move the pocket again. We'll try to scramble for it. And picked up the first down on a run of 5. I love that idea that he showed the physicality early. On 2nd and 7, nothing doing there. But if you come out as a true freshman linebacker and you run your first inside drill and you cause people to raise the eyebrows, you're doing something right.
Nothing to lose. We mentioned it last game of the season as well. On the road at Alabama, this is a difficult one. It's that middle ground, too long for a field goal, but you also have 10 yards for a first down, so I can understand a punt here.
And it's a beauty of a punt. Down at the 2 after a 40-yarder from Goupel. 3rd down 4. Hurts will keep it. He'll run for a first down and plenty more if he wants it. Hurts sidesteps his way out of bounds. Their gain at 26. Could be one of those teams that sneaks in at the end. We'll take a look at the top 4 and the top 6 a little bit later. Hurts with a pump and go. Wide open is Calvin Ridley. And Ridley will win every foot race. It's a 66-yard touchdown pass.
Should be the most touchdowns ever by an SEC quarterback in the season. Andre Woodson.
Riley on the play action. Intercepted by Alabama and Hootie Jones. On senior day, Jones has his 2nd pick of the year. We've already seen 4 different running backs for Alabama. It's Damian Harris again, the starter back in. And he pounds out 8.5 yards. Eric Jackson with the stop. And a pretty good one in center of Bradley Bozeman. Here's Robert Foster on the jet sweep. And Foster takes it inside the 15, inside the 10. 24-yard run. Cole, what do you got? Yeah, Hassenauer is one of those guys who got his red shirt burned in a similar scenario, filling in for Ryan Kelly against A&M his freshman year. Jacobs in again for his 2nd touchdown. 7-yard touchdown run for Josh Jacobs. They'll do just that. Riley on the run. Off balance, incomplete. We had practice on Thursday, and that was the exact same route that Jalen Hurts and Calvin Ridley hooked up on late in practice. And Hurts, right after the play, was diagramming to Ridley where he wanted him to run that route to flatten it out a little bit to get to the sideline. Here's Marks in the punt return for Alabama, looking for a block, and he gets flipped at midfield. Didn't see him coming in from the blind side. 43-yard punt, 25 on the return. And B.J. Buller with his special team stop. Tuatonga Vailoa, a freshman from St. Louis High School in Hawaii, is in the game with 11:51 to go in the 2nd quarter. And he will hand it off to Bo Scarborough. Here goes Bo inside the 10. Interesting talking about the impact of the run and shoot in Hawaii high school football. Tagovailoa on the run. The lefty hooks up with Henches for a touchdown. It's a 4-yard pass. 3rd and 8. And it is caught and taken for a first down by the tight end Sam Walker. Pressured. And that is floated incomplete by Keelan Riley. Deron Payne.
Hey, we should not tell him, though, because otherwise he's going to be running around the field doing circles if he knows it's on there.
Right, here's Josh Jacobs. His GPS numbers look pretty good. He picks up 9. Cole. Leatherwood, part of that next wave of Alabama offensive linemen. Some folks on his coaching staff have been raving about guys like Leatherwood and Jedrick Wills Jr. Made his 26th start today. He's started every game since he's been on campus. Tagovailoa connects with Henry Ruggs. And Ruggs lost the football. Mercer says they have a takeaway. They do. It's their 6th takeaway against an SEC opponent this season. And their matchups this year with both Auburn and Alabama will net them north of $1 million, over $600K to bus over here today to play this game. Here's Lakes again. And Lakes gets dragged down by Dylan Moses. Gain of 4. Alabama more than a 7-point favorite under Nick Saban. You got to go back to 07, the last time they lost, I think.
Yeah, since his first season, I think it's happened one time. So if you erase that first season here in Tuscaloosa, it's only happened one other time, and that was at Ole Miss. It's crazy to think about how good he's been.
4th and 1, they're going to throw it. They dump it to the tight end, and it's a first down for Sam Walker. Back to the tight end. It's another grab for Walker and another first down for the fourth-year junior out of South Forsyth High School in Cumming, Georgia. He said, I love to go on the road because SEC fans are so smart. The stadium becomes quiet when their team has the ball, and that allows me just to holler out to guys and communicate if I need to. Picked off, second of the game. It's the first for Moses. He has done everything today in his first Alabama start. But a lot of times in the run and shoot, especially the high school level, you're just looking deep. On third down, trying to spit one, a hurdle, and that'll turn in for a first down for Najee Harris. Kalia's high school coach, Coach Timmy Chang, who went on put up huge numbers at the University of Hawaii. Tagovailoa has plenty of time, and that time runs out. And he runs out of the pocket. The freshman is able to take it and turn nothing into a 9-yard gain.
He's not as good of a runner as Jalen Hurts, not as dangerous, but as you see there, still very capable and mobile himself.
Hurts was perfect in the first half, 7 of 7 for 180 and 3 touchdowns. Tagovailoa entered early in the second quarter. T. Mitchell with the carry, and he rips off a first down run. Hootie Jones, who has a pick today, comes up for the stop after a gain of 12. Coming off of a 9-tackle performance against Mississippi State. On 3rd and 8. Straight ahead, T. Mitchell. Another big play straight up the gut against Alabama, and a gain of 20 that time. And the communication doesn't have to be words. That's what struck me. There was a missed assignment during the Thursday practice, and Minka was out there on the field with the play sheet. Play clock at 3.
They're going to roll out to the right.
Option look. C.J. Leggett can't get by Dylan Moses. The freshman's got another stop behind the line of scrimmage.
He has. Laundry list of quarterbacks, and that's one thing Saban mentioned is his teaching progression. Biggest difference of having Brian Dable as the offensive coordinator, not only what you see on the field, which is different pass concepts, utilizing the middle of the field.
J.K. Scott, school record in punt yardage here at Alabama, on for the first time to punt it. And this is a beauty. Inside the 10 and taken for a fair catch by Chandler Curtis. It's a 50-yarder. Sam Walker, the tight end, had a big first half. He motions to the right side. Pitch blown up. Dylan Moses again. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage. SEC Saturday night. All 3 games also live on the ESPN app. Tua Tagovailoa, freshman quarterback, lobs one towards the sideline, and it is hauled in by Major Tennyson, the freshman tight end. Dude could call a game, but the development in the organization during the week is something that Brian Dable brings to the table that's vastly improved from years past. Second down 3. Tagovailoa completes it to Devontae Smith for a first down.
See what, that ball comes out fast.
It's interesting talking to him about veteran quarterbacks, especially at the NFL level, knowing what plays they like. They go to the slant here, and that's complete for a first down. Versus college kids. It was a respect thing. He said, I treat my guys like they're professionals, and I've worked with great pros. Leaping grab, back of the end zone, in! A touchdown for Cam Sims, who somehow got his feet down for an 8-yard scoring strike from Tua Tagovailoa.
Well, especially if he's going to be a north-south runner, I think you understand. If I keep a hat on a hat, then my quarterback has the opportunity to move past me.
Another pick for Bama. Deontay Thompson with his first, trying to find the end zone. Third pick of the game for Alabama's defense. Brian Robinson Jr. getting in on the fun. He's got a touchdown. They're going deep.
Brian Robinson. Against Auburn, you can't afford to simplify and have a shrunken playbook. Got to have everything in there for how dynamic that offense is. And even just a game like this goes so far for Dylan Moses being comfortable with every play call, scenario, and adjustment.
You guys know how I feel about special teams in Alabama's kickoff coverage unit.
During the return, illegal block in the back on the return team, number 52.
Good chunk of reserves in on the defensive side for Alabama, including Keith Holcomb, who comes up and makes a key stop there. Holcomb had moved into a starting role due to injuries. By the way, got a note from Eli Gold right before kick today. And usually these notes, well, I'd tell you what's on it. Usually you don't really need them. But Eli was kind of pointing out that the third string quarterback for Alabama. Here's Marks with a chance. Marks to the 30. Marks to the 20, and he'll drag some guys in it. Fourth quarter here, and a couple of freshmen in on this offensive line at both tackle spots. 2nd and 5. Tunga Vailoa looks in zone again. Leaping grab. Touchdown, Derek Keith. Everybody's making plays today. It'd be one thing if you made money in the golf game.
That would be expected.
By the way, in the Big Ten right now, Michigan is leading Wisconsin 10-7 up in Camp Randall. Here's an opportunity for Stefan Huza, and he takes it all the way up to the 48-yard line.
Wisconsin needs to stop looking at the scoreboard in the stadium. Miami trailing or struggling. That's what Wisconsin needs. They need some of those teams ahead of them to struggle or lose. And they need to keep winning. So stop looking at the scoreboard. Take care of that game with Michigan. We'll see a shakeup somewhere. But
3rd and 2, blitz coming from Holcomb. Devison got by him and is able to pick up a first down. What do you mean you don't see that happening? You think we're going to have more shuffling? And their only loss is to Clemson in the ACC championship game where they both get it.
Depending on how close it is, if a 3-point game, instant classic, absolutely.
Deontay Thompson takes down Tanner Brumby. Brumby to the edge, and it is almost picked. Diggs, who saw regular time early this season but struggled in the Florida State game. And punter Greg Gant, who played high school football together. They went opposite ways once they got to college, and their fates would be intertwined. Power run by Brian Robinson Jr. He's able to pick up 14, and we know that it will be an impactful game for the participants and the fan bases regardless of what's on the line. But with so much on the line, next week's going to be even more important if that's possible.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Mercer. First down.
Ronnie Clark coughed it up and recovered by Malik Fleming. Brumby 0 for 2 through the air for Mercer thus far today. His best game this year was against Jacksonville earlier. He went 3 for 3 for 14 yards. He's the backup quarterback to Riley, who left after his 3rd interception. Tanner Brumby throws back, and that's complete to Sam Walker. What a game for Sam Walker, by the way. That's his 4th catch. Grant Goupel punts it away for Mercer, and Marks will let it go. Steven Nixon, their long snapper, will down it inside the 5. Couple of great punts from Mercer today. That's a 50-yarder off the foot of Goupel. 3rd and short. And Alabama's able to pick up the first down. By the way, this time of the season, as we start to look over a team's entire body of work, you sat in with the committee, the mock selection process a couple months ago. Another first down run for Alabama. It seems to me, as an outsider, that they give more credit for big wins than they detract from bad losses. And
giving up 55 points to Iowa, a team that, oh, by the way, just got blown out by Wisconsin.
Was held to 66 yards total.
And only 14 points off of 2 pick sixes. So an Iowa team that scores 55 on Ohio State and then gets blanked on offense by Wisconsin, a team that everyone's like, oh, how's their strength of schedule? Where are they going to be?
All right, Peter, thanks. Bill Clark, revitalizing that UAB program after their rebirth. Johnson with the fake knee decided to pick up some yardage. Nick Saban's team quite simply doesn't lose games they're not supposed to lose. The consistency with this program is remarkable. The excellence. Once again, in our meeting yesterday, Nick Saban dismissed the word expectations. He said, you know, they're out of whack here. They're out of whack a lot of places. You allow 50 yards rushing to A Mississippi State team that ran the ball 56, 66 times. And wow, what's wrong with your defense? Defense is well, listen, they got a great running quarterback. They got a good offensive line. They're going to run the football a little bit.
I thought that was amazing. Everyone's talking about how they were soft up front. They only give up 3.5 yards a carry.
Another win for Jalen Hurts and a 73rd consecutive win for Alabama against an unranked opponent, tying the Florida Gators under Steve Spurrier and company. The longest streak in the AP poll era since the 1930s.